somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me. Oh, I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me. Don't you wanna dance? Say you wanna dance. Don't you wanna dance? Don't you wanna dance? Say you wanna dance. Don't you wanna dance? Don't you wanna dance? Say you wanna dance. Don't you wanna dance? With somebody who loves me.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Enoch and Barb podcast, where we keep it PG and we keep it clean. So today we're going to talk about basically, how can I put it? The times when we were younger, when we were a bit mischievous. Mom, would you like to start?
If you insist. I don't want to talk about this nonsense, but...
too bad, because it's happening.
Okay, you're saying when we were younger. So for me, it's like 1,000 years ago, because I'm your mom, so I'm much... I would think I'm about 1,000 by now. Anyway, when I was a little girl, I was very... I don't know, a bit of an introvert because didn't seem to be able to get friends. Wasn't pretty enough, wasn't cool enough. However, I've always been writing privately and people never knew I was a writer. When I was writing, I didn't think myself as a writer, as I do now. I would come out to the veranda of where we lived at that time, and there was a place we call a rum shop. That's what we called it, because people would go in there and drink till they're stupid, and then when they come out, they're walking giddy all over the road. And for some reason that tickled me, because I could not understand why someone would drink where they're so intoxicated that they can't even walk straight, and I would be very tickled by that.
I can imagine.
But there was this guy who lived on the same street, and when he wasn't drunk, he was very quiet, never said hi or whatever, but when he was drunk, he was out of it. Out of control. And every time he was drunk, he would say dirty words and swear. And I took it like personally. I'm like, why every time he's passing, he's always saying these dirty words? And I did something that is not so... Look, do I have to say that? What I did? Do I have to say it, Enoch?
Well, technically you don't really have much of a choice here.
Anyway,
So,
I planned it all out, and I got a brown paper bag, and I put some feces in there. Because I thought he was so disrespectful. Maybe he was just swearing because he was drunk, but I sat out there. I knew the times he would pass. And I ran down the stairs and put the brown paper bag with the feces in the middle of the road. So when he passed, he saw the bag and he bent down and he picked it up. And then I was so scared out of my wit, I ran inside. I couldn't tell my dad because he would have killed me.
Oh man, you would have been done for.
And So that's one of the worst things that I have done, and I'm so ashamed. I should not have told you, then I wouldn't have to say this. And
I know.
he picked up
You
the
have yourself to
bag.
blame.
He picked up the bag with the feces inside of it. And what he did when he opened it, I don't know, because I was hiding inside, scared out of my wit, realizing the awful thing that I just did to a drunk man, all because I didn't like that he swore. That's it, you go. This is awful. I don't.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Okay. Really? In the middle of our podcast? Are you serious? Call back. Anyways, ignore that. Let's see. My mischievous time when I was a wee lad. I remember when I was a wee lad in kindergarten, and my favorite superhero, and always will be my favorite superhero, is Spider-Man. And I noticed when I was playing in the park, there was basically no kids there, and when recess was done, I saw this tiny Spider-Man toy. I didn't know whose it was, but I knew that I wanted that toy. So I snatched it, put it in my bag, and next thing you know, no one was the wiser. Till this day, I still have that Spider-Man toy. I'm not kidding.
You're a thief.
I know. It's terrible. It's terrible. That poor kid must have went home crying.
You could have asked, because you found it on the ground, right?
Yeah.
You could have asked, who does this belong to? Is this, but you didn't.
Yeah.
You put it in your bag, and you know the kind of mom I am. You did not tell me that you had it, because I would have told you to take it back.
Yeah.
So that means, you're terrible. You stole.
That's the one time I was mischievous. That was the one time. Other than that.
It's not being mischievous. It's worse. You're a thief. You
Okay.
stole it.
Okay, whatever.
Let's talk about something more pleasant.
Okay.
Because I feel very, very ashamed that I had to say that about myself.
And that just goes to show you, not everybody's perfect, you know?
Hear what perfection for me is.
Go ahead.
For me, perfection
Lay it
is...
down, mama.
Because if we are all perfect, we don't need God. And that's another topic altogether, because we all grow up in different cultures, and people's idea of God, I hear people say all the time, I used to be controlled by that cultural, the man upstairs. God is not a man, God is a spirit, first of all. But if we are all perfect, then there's no space for growth. So we need to slow down. But I don't like telling people how to be.
No.
That's one of my no-nos. I am being the best person I can be, and I share what I have learned so far in my journey. My idea of perfection is every time I speak the truth, that's a perfect moment.
Yep.
Like you forced me, because you're wicked like that, to speak about something that I was embarrassed that I did, that I spoke about. I put the feces in the bag. But as ugly as that was, that's perfect, because I was speaking truth. And that's what perfection is. Truth.
And that's all the more reason for you to actually thank me for doing this.
I'm not thanking you for nothing.
Because without my forcefulness, this wouldn't have never been possible, and you wouldn't have said what you said was true perfection. See? Everything comes around full circle.
Oh, be quiet
Full
and let's
circle, baby.
let's stay
Full
on.
circle, baby.
Could you be quiet?
Full circle, baby. Full circle, baby. Full circle, baby.
So perfection for me is being truthful.
Yes.
When you're your authentic self.
Yes.
You know, sometimes, you know what I've noticed? I'm turning the page.
Yes.
I have had experiences where people say, "How are you?" And then you're responding, not imposing yourself on people. You're responding to what they have asked. The question, "How are you?" And then you're telling them how you are in the most capsuled form possible, because you don't want to have a lecture.
Yeah.
And you can sense that they don't want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't find that to be bad.
Mm-mm.
But then why ask me, how am I?
Mm.
And then don't want to hear, don't ask me. Just say hello.
Yeah.
You know, and there are times you're talking to people and you can tell, but I'm telling them the truth.
It's like they want you to lie to them.
And they don't, and I'm like, wow. But all of that to me, in my when my flesh is weak, it annoys me. But when I'm in a balanced space, all of that is very educational for me,
Right.
because I am learning how to deal with individuals, acquaintances in different ways. You know, like you'll be having a conversation and the person would say, "Oh, but they're so quiet and so," yeah, but that's your experience with the person.
Yeah.
That's not my experience with the person.
Yeah, not everybody has the same experience
with the
people.
same person,
Yeah.
you know. So it's complex. And why am I saying all of this? I think if we slow down and listen to understand and not be ready to judge, listen to understand. Because even if you don't agree when you understand, it makes confusion not have a parade.
And not only that, it diffuses arguments.
I just said that, but in a different way.
Yeah.
It makes confusion not have a parade, because I can say something to you and you can understand what I say. You don't have to agree with what I say, but then there's no conflict.
Yeah.
You understand? Because everybody is entitled to their point of view.
Of course, yes.
I cannot tell someone else's story.
No.
They have to tell their story.
That's right.
And that's another form of perfection.
Yeah.
Because once the story that they're sharing about themselves is true,
Mm-hmm.
that's perfection. This is why God is perfect and God is truth. You see the connection?
Mm-hmm.
So when we open our mouths, speak truth, and that's perfection. You get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is why I don't attack like religion, and I don't get in, because there's politics in everything.
Yeah.
But I don't get involved in that. I wait to see, okay, after all the hype, what is the reality? I like to wait.
Yeah.
I enjoy waiting.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really enjoy waiting for everything, if I'm to be truthful.
Right.
But I have the habit of waiting,
Yeah, me too.
because no matter how long a lie lives, it does not make the truth untrue
Mm.
or not true.
Right.
You understand?
Exactly.
And we have to stop we have to stop living, waiting for someone to be honest. Because there are people who are set in their ways and they're going to take the lies to their graves. This is why, if we are evolving and growing, we learn from life's lessons that are not painful, and we learn from the painful ones. And to forgive is godly, because God forgives us.
Yes.
Forgiving the person is nothing to do with them. It's so that you, whoever chooses to forgive, you let go of that burden, of that pain that person or persons might have caused you.
And in the process, you're helping your own salvation.
That's what salvation is working out your life path.
Yeah.
Make a trusting where you should not have trusted, and you learn from it.
Exactly.
Correcting yourself. Not always pointing the finger, We're all sinners spared by divine grace.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not all in the same life class. We don't all have the same experiences. But most humans are so addicted to comparing ourselves with each other.
Yeah.
And not respecting each other's uniqueness.
Yeah.
Because we're not created to be the same, but we can show compassion to each other. If someone is behaving lawless in a way that does not, I keep away from that.
Yeah, you got to be your own trendsetter, man.
Yeah, but all this, we can always see what other people are doing that they shouldn't be doing. Are we doing anything that we should not be doing, and we're doing it anyway? All this self-righteousness, for me.
And that not only applies to everyone else, it applies to us too, because we gotta,
That's what I just said,
yeah,
son.
Yeah.
We have to be authentic. Every day, I personally have to be the best version of myself. I'm not always in a good mood. I have to choose how I'm going to handle myself when I'm in the worst of moods. I'm not always happy.
Mm-hmm.
You have seen me laugh when I'm in pain. And you say, how do you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Laughter has always been my affordable therapy.
Mm-hmm.
I love to laugh. My life has more tears than laughter, but I love to laugh.
Yeah.
It makes me feel good from the inside out.
It's healing energy. Laughter is
Yeah,
healing
very
energy.
therapeutic. But I don't have the habit of laughing at someone because they don't look a certain way.
Yeah, it's disrespectful.
Or not only disrespectful, a lot of children are taking their lives because they're being bullied because of how they look.
Exactly.
It's so unhealthy, and I frown upon behaviors like that. I may not speak like you, I may not be educated like you, but I know staff. There are things that, even though I'm not educated like you, there are things that I know that you don't know.
Yeah.
There are things that you know that I don't know. And if one by one we decide that we're going to contribute positivity in that way, this is why you see me when I'm angry. You see how I handle my anger.
Yep.
I teach you. Hopefully it sets in, because with your autism comes a whole lot of anger,
Mm.
and with your anxiety. People don't see that.
No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't see all the trials and tribulations that comes with
And
that.
so I make it a part of my parenting. I'm not lying to you.
Mm-mm.
When you're out of line, I tell you.
Yeah.
But you know, the beauty about you is, with all of that, you are truly a loving person.
Well, I try my best, you know, because...
And that is built in your character. So even when we are having challenging times with your anxiety and stuff like that, I've been talking for a long time. I would take a break and let you have a say as to some of the things that you are diagnosed with, because people only hear about the anxiety and autism. The other three that you had to speak about the other day,
Right.
the threes.
Okay, so, like, it goes like this. There's dyslexia, there's ADHD, and I think a little bit of Asperger's, and yeah, that's the main three.
Yeah, and people see you in a moment.
Yeah.
Think they got it. Pow. And
Yeah.
they know nothing.
Yeah.
And it's obvious that you speak the way your mom speaks.
Of course.
You speak better than I do. I mean, grammatically. That's what I was trying to say at the beginning of the podcast. I think I said it, or perhaps I didn't.
Even if you didn't, it's there now. So you're good.
Diana, we are known to speak broken.
Yeah.
When we go to school, we are in a classroom that teaches proper grammar.
Yes.
If we decide to exercise it,
Mm-hmm.
because some cultures say some say a, you know, the sound of the a could be or a, you know.
Yeah.
Like if I'm speaking fast, I may say full instead of four, you know.
Yeah.
But when I'm writing it, I can write it.
Exactly.
And some people would listen or read my words, and they looked where to correct. There are people like that.
Yeah.
Oh, she didn't put I didn't see my writing properly, meaning I didn't put hyphens and commas and
Semicolons.
you know, read the damn thing and see if you can learn something from it and leave it there.
Yeah, like...
You know, like I write things because I'm inspired
Yeah.
by infinite intelligence.
Yes.
That's the kind of writer I am.
Yeah.
And then some of my writings are based on my experiences. There's two types of writings I do.
Correct.
If it does not apply to you, see if you can learn from it or leave it alone.
Exactly.
It is for someone.
Yeah. Not every...
Because I am a spiritual writer. I don't like to say it a lot because I don't want people to think, oh, she thinks I'm not thinking anything.
Not
I'm anointed to write. You see, sometimes I get up at wee hours in the morning and you know already what's up.
Yeah.
I have to write it because it wouldn't leave me alone.
Exactly.
And when I write it, I have to be obedient to what I write also.
Exactly.
It's not me being on a pedestal and looking down on people.
Yeah.
I have to be obedient. Some of my writings are more intelligent than I am. That is what the universe chooses. The universe used an ass before. The universe can use any available.
And when she means ass, she means
I'm talking about a donkey.
a donkey. Okay, so chill out. It doesn't mean the other filth.
Yeah, because people are using that term now as a swear.
Yeah.
Thank you for correcting thinking,
Yeah, cause
oh, she's swearing now. She's
yeah,
out of it.
yeah, cause just in case people write something stupid in the comments, I don't want any of that.
No, it's okay. You can't control what people write. That's
Yeah, I know, but still, it's like, chill
because
out, dog. Chill
our
out.
conversation is not scripted,
No.
and uh, as a mom, a single mom, I've been single for 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
Men admire me. Why? I guess that's how it is.
Let's talk about that for a second. No.
I'm just
You
trying to make a point.
no.
Let me finish
You
my
can get
point.
back to your point. Hold it. Hold your horses. There was this. Speaking of which, there was this one time me and my mom were going to do some groceries, right? This guy in his car stares my mom down when his girl is right there in the car, and I'm looking at this dude like,
Hold on, you
what?
can't finish. Maybe he
What?
looked like someone he knew.
Oh, please. He was looking at you with googly eyes like nobody's business. That is. You're just trying to defend him. Stop
I
it.
can't defend him. I don't know him, but I'm just saying. Sometimes you see someone and you say, "She reminds me of somebody," or something like that.
Just to clarify, some of these men that stare my mom down whenever we're walking doing errands, they don't care that I'm the son. They could care less. Literally.
Well, what about the older women that admire you and I'm walking with you? And a lot of people, oh, she's always with her son. Hello. You know what I was doing with my autistic son all the time? Teaching him how to buy. Teaching him how to shop. I didn't know that I had to report to say that's what I was doing.
And don't
So now that we go into the store, what happens? You are the one who is able to pick all the good deals because it took time for you to grasp. But now when we go into stores, I am so impressed because you're able to choose things that we can afford to buy.
Exactly.
Other than just picking up. And all of this takes time.
Exactly. And the thing is,
with your autism, I'm not going to be rude to speak for other people.
yeah.
You're visual. Everything is, it took time for you to get that.
And the thing is, like,
This is why now you go to the store and I could say, go and pick up this. And you go and you buy, because that may come natural to some people, but with you, autism doesn't have a fate. I have to teach you that.
Yeah.
So when people speak carelessly,
Yeah.
it sometimes rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, because I was just about to say, like, some parents need to realize that
Parents, just say people.
Basically people should realize that when a parent is different if the parent is not being necessarily a parent, but if the parent is being the right guardian that they're supposed to be for the autistic person, it's beneficial for them and what they're striving to do in the future.
Because autistic people are not stupid. They just learn differently.
Exactly.
And everybody comes from a different household. And all parents of autistic kids are doing the best they can with what they're able to do.
Yeah.
With me, I am not too right in the head. So I don't give up easily. Even when I am down to the last, I am always praying. I ask God for guidance. So I am not the kind of parent who talk bad about other parents. That's not me. We all parent differently.
Yeah.
My point is, in general, people just judge and assume. There's so many fancy functions that we would not get invited to, but that's okay.
Yeah.
There are many companies that we are not included with. And that's beneficial for us, because what's the point in being in the company and we're looked down upon?
Exactly.
So all of that does not bother me, because in 2019 the realization came to me that I got to do a lot of decluttering in my life, with acquaintances, emotionally, spiritually, physical. I gotta, it's time for me to,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and be the best version of myself,
Exactly. Yeah.
because it's my responsibility to teach you not with words but by example. So this podcast went into a space that I did not foresee.
Well, this is good. This is good. Let things flow. Let things flow naturally, man. Okay, so what?
No, I'm saying you.
Oh, okay. I thought you said something. Okay, so until the next podcast, on behalf of my mom, Barbara Canterbury, and me, Enoch Brooms, this is the Enoch and Barb podcast, and we'll see you guys later.